G'day guys. So I just wanted to dive into another permaculture concept and it's the concept around developing an ecological worldview. And I think it's a really important concept to start thinking about, and it can be challenging to understand. But why do we even need to understand it? I mean, we don't have to look very far to see some of the negative consequences that our current way of life is having on the world around us, from plastics filling up our oceans, to pollution, to deforestation, to climate change. So I think, it is important to think about, and permaculture promotes that a good place to start when thinking about how do we solve some of these major issues is to have a shift in our perspective on how we view the world around us. And I'm sure that a lot of people are familiar with quotes like Einstein's, "You can't solve the problems with the same level of thinking that created them," or Gandhi's, "Be the change you want to see in the world." But where do we start when applying these changes in our own lives? I think for me, if you ask me, it's in our own homes, in our own businesses and gardens, working and learning with the plants around us. So I think when we start, it's a great place to start, because when we're working in our garden, we become part of that garden's ecosystem. And when we listen to the needs of our plants, we start learning the language of nature and directly experiencing the intrinsic values that they bring into our lives. So it's exciting stuff. And permaculture gives us some really fantastic tools to get started and to help us shift to an ecological type of thinking, to start designing with nature and to see ourselves as a part of our garden's ecosystem and as a part of the world's ecosystem. So looking forward to talking more about these concepts and getting really practical with them in some more upcoming videos. But that's all for now. So happy gardening, and don't forget to listen to your plants and see what they're telling you, and move towards developing that ecological worldview.